In this video, I'm going to show you an Elementor form setup for lead generation that is so good that it's scary. I'm going to show you everything from the pure Elementor Pro setup to setting everything up in Google Analytics and then Google Ads and of course Google Tag Manager, so you can create a powerful lead generation system and track all of your leads successfully. Let's get straight to it. The first major thing that we need to take a look at the beginning is of course setting up the form in the correct way in Elementor. Here I have created a test lead page with a test form, and now let's just click on edit, and over here you can see very clearly that we have these different fields, and this is where most of people actually trip up because you need to set this up correctly. If you, let's say that we are going to collect name, email, and phone number, so then not only do you have to go to content and then select the correct area here, for example, text, email, and so on and so forth. For name, this is going to be text, but also you need to check advanced here, and over here you will see that we have these different IDs, and these IDs often get messed up, and this is going to screw up your parameters that you are later going to send to Google Analytics via Google Tag Manager. So these are the most common ones, so I'm going to show you exactly how they should be set up. So for name, this should be text and then in advanced just name, lowercase. You don't even need to touch this shortcode over here. Next, for email, the type is email and then in advanced email lowercase. And in phone number, the type is tel, and in advanced, this is phone. This is crucial here. You need to set this up correctly. And next up, we will be doing this whole thing through a redirect. So as you can see here, after the submission, we will create a redirect to a thank you page, and then our analytics system is going to very easily read all of the parameters that we have included here, as well as the URL of the thank you page to send all of this information correctly to Google Tag Manager and then to our other analytics systems. As you can see here, we are on my actually Polish website, but let's not worry about this. You can see that URL over here, that it has all of these parameters. Let me just show you how it looks in the browser. So let's just take a closer look over here. You can see that it has this dziękujemy, which is like thank you. So that's the URL. But then we will also include the form name. So then you can identify that specific form in your Google Analytics for testing or Looker Studio, let's say. So I have included the form name test lead form Elementor. And then if you want to use enhanced conversions, which I highly recommend if you really want to be a lead generation boss, you will also include these custom parameters that we have set up in our Elementor form. So then you will see end user email field ID email. You will see that this exactly matches the ID that we have created in our Elementor form. Then end user name equals field ID name, and user phone equals field ID phone. And now you are already in the ball game here, almost ready to basically have not only the ability to see this form name and how many leads it generated in Google Ads, but also you have the ability to send all of this enhanced conversions information into your analytics system, which is really cool. So all of your thank you page URLs should actually use this specific structure. So then you can have all of this working across the board on your whole website. And now let's just consider one last thing over here. Why are we using the redirect instead of just creating a thank you message on the after submission, right? Because you can just set it up here, actions after submit, and you can create something like a pop-up, or there was another one like collect submissions, something like this. But then it uses Ajax, which is very brittle, and it can all just fall apart, and your whole meticulously created analytics system is going to just completely collapse. And of course, maybe this is better from a kind of user perspective, but if you set up your thank you page really well, then it doesn't really matter. Actually, redirect to a thank you page can be more beneficial for both you as a marketer, but also for the client if you set it up correctly. So this is the basic setup in Elementor Pro to make sure that you are collecting the right IDs and that you have the, of course, you need to use the same redirect kind of structure for all of your thank you pages. Then the final result is going to be that you will be able to see how many events did each of these forms on your website generate. You can use it in, of course, Google Analytics 4, but I highly recommend actually using that in the Looker Studio. As you can see here in our Looker Studio, I have this kind of perfect setup for this generate lead event. I can see how many of these events have been generated over time. So of course we want this trend line to be increasing here. And then I can also see number of leads generated per form. So this is really cool because then I can see which of my forms is performing the best. And then I can also see, for example, I have this lead gen setup health checker, because if it's not set up correctly, if one of my forms is not set up correctly, then it's going to default to on-page form submission, and it will show me the exact page path. So then I can go to that URL and fix that pop-up form or Elementor form to make sure that it's actually set up according to all of the current standards that I have just shown you before. So now how do we set this up in Google Tag Manager? First, we need the right trigger in our Google Tag Manager, which is the generate lead. This is the standard event name that Google Analytics can read very easily, and you should definitely just use this event name. So basically you set up custom event name generate lead, and then all custom events. And as you can see, we have references to this trigger. So this is also where the magic happens. If you actually use a couple of different marketing platforms where you have these generate lead events, then you need a kind of special extra tag that is going to deduplicate all of these events. So you can see that this generate lead event is connected to Facebook Pixel, lead web, then Google Analytics for event generate lead, Microsoft universal something lead submitted, enhanced conversions data, and then Microsoft event data. So that's like the first thing. You won't see these references here at first, but this is the basic kind of trigger that you need to create. That's where it all starts in GTM. We are not going to be talking about how to set up your GTM correctly, because that would be in another video. Next up, something that is really simple. You will probably create a kind of page view thank you page for leads event. That this is also trigger. So the trigger is page view, and then some page views where the page path starts with, let's say, thank you. Over here we have dziękujemy, that's in Polish, but for every page that starts with that particular kind of URL name, then this is going to fire. And this is referenced to a trigger called broadcast generate lead event. And this is the kind of magic tag that is going to deduplicate these generate lead events so that all of them have the same ID. So you don't have like different generate lead IDs going into different platforms, but it's all a kind of unified event. So again, this is really important if you are running ads on multiple platforms. So this is what's going to be triggering that main, the main event. Next, if you really want to send enhanced conversions, then you need to create some variables. So then you would just go to new and create custom JavaScript variable. And over here, you can see that we have a couple of variables related to leads. So that's how you will configure your tags later on so that they can send this enhanced conversions data to Google Analytics and all of the other platforms like Google Ads. So then let's just take a look. You can see all of this code here. Feel free to just copy that code. So then it will just grab the email of a user. Then this will grab the first name, and this will grab the last name, and then this one will grab the phone. And finally, you can set average lead value. This is really cool. Of course, you can do it dynamically, but for a kind of simpler setup, you can just create a specific value. So this is really important because you will be referencing these variables later on in other tags. Next up, we have the famous GA4 event generate lead. So the event name here is generate lead. And then you can actually just map all of these variables from the previous step to make sure that all of this enhanced conversions info is being sent. So you can, actually this one is like the master kind of generate lead, but it's deduplicated, so it's all good. And it's sending the form name, it's sending the cached event ID, so that we have a single ID for all of our events. Then it sends also the cookie and both cookies for Facebook, which is great for enhancing your lead score in Facebook ads or meta ads. Then we have currency, value, and then we have all of these other events like master lead email, first name, last name, phone. And then we do send email, send e-commerce data. data source data layer. And triggering that event that we have just created, generate lead, and then require additional consent for tag to fire, add storage if you want to be GDPR compliant, but it's not strictly necessary. This is related to your whole potential GDPR kind of setup. So this is the kind of master generate lead event that you can create in Google Tag Manager. Next, we have Facebook Pixel lead web. So again, you can create the event name standard, then lead, and again require additional consent for tag to fire, and we have this generate a lead trigger. Next, we have the one for Microsoft ads. So again, it has a kind of different setup that is based on the best practices from a given platform. In this example, it's from Microsoft ads. So this is UETQ, then track type custom conversion, then submit lead form. This is the event action. So you can see that in the Google ecosystem, it's called generate lead, but in Microsoft, it's submit lead form, event category lead. Then you can create this average lead value and currency. And over here, we have some additional setup. And also it needs to require add storage. And again, the trigger is generate lead. Next, we have one for Microsoft and lead submitted e-commerce or enhanced conversion data. And over here, again, we have the same variable ID. We have the track type send enhanced conversion values. And through here, we send customer email and phone number. But then you can also define event parameters. So set up the email, first name, last name, and so on and so forth. And again, we require the add storage and generate a lead trigger. And finally, over here, we have that broadcast generate lead event. So this is where all of this is coming together. So all of this fires basically on page view, and then all of these different variables are coming into here. So then it can push the data layer information with a unique event ID. And finally, this is already on my server side. This is the Google Ads conversion generate lead. So you would grab the conversion ID, conversion label, and then firing triggers. Again, this is a kind of more sophisticated setup here, but basically you grab that data from Google Ads and then you create it here. Then you have a kind of perfect setup for Google Ads. In Google Ads, it's actually really simple. If you want to have enhanced conversions, you just go to Goals, Settings, Enhanced Conversions for Leads, and then turn on Enhanced Conversions for Leads, and you manage it through Google Tag Manager. So just make sure that this is set up correctly. And next, in Google Ads, you create that conversion event. So you just go to Goals, Summary, and then create a new goal, Submit Lead Form. You can set up all of the settings for your generate lead event, and then you use Google Tag Manager, and that's where you grab that conversion ID and conversion label that you put in your Google Tag Manager. Finally, let's do some testing and let's make sure that all of this is working correctly. So for regular work, I use Microsoft Edge, but for all of this testing and analytics stuff, I'm using Chrome. So here we are in Chrome. We have our server container and our web container. So now let's just clear all of the cookies. From all time, we want a completely clear browser. And now we will do a kind of hard refresh. So Shift Command R, just to make sure that we have a kind of clear test. And now let's open the preview windows. And let's grab that URL, copy link. And now let's just connect our page in Elementor. Okay, so now you can see that we are connected. Nothing is firing so far because we haven't accepted cookies. So now I'm accepting cookies. And you can see that a whole slew of tags and stuff has fired in our both on the server side and on the web side. And now we will do this test. So testing and tester, schmester. And then let's just put in some random email, phone number, and now submit your information. And now we have this, the redirect. Okay, so now we have landed on the thank you page. As you can see, it has this dziękujemy, and then the form name and all of these parameters that are now going to be sent to all of these various places. So you can see now that in the preview mode, we have this generate lead. So you can see that all of these correct generate lead tags have fired. So we have GA4 event generate lead, and we have the page view. It actually needs to fire for these other events to fire. So we have the one from meta ads. We have the one from meta ads, but with enhanced conversions data. You can see that this information is already here in the custom parameters, and we have the email address, phone number, etc., and it's the enhanced conversion. And the same thing for 444 Facebook pixel lead web. So you can see that all of this beautifully fired. And oh yes, and this one also fired. That's the master one. The one that is sending all of this information to the server side and deduplicates the event. So that's what happened here. And over here, let's just take one more look. And over here, we can also see that on the server side, the Google Ads conversion generate lead fired, as well as the server side meta has fired. And the cool thing is that these events all have the same event kind of ID. This is it, event data. It's all the same everywhere. So that's how basically that's how it works. And now you have excellent quality of your lead data available. So I sincerely hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if you are interested in some really cool AI research methodologies that you can use in your business to get really better results, then I suggest you watch this video over here. If you liked this video, just hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to see you in the next one.